billion US dollars worth of stadium. And none other than our Bruno Shaba and Julius Stewart are there to give a sense of what that must be like on a historic day for South African football. That left foot will never be forgotten, Shaba. But is someone today going to maybe make even more history for Bafana Bafana? Julia, take us in.
All right, quickly, let's get to the lineup for South Africa because as a South African, somebody who love South Africa so much, so I need to quickly look at the lineup because lineup is available right now. We will quickly go through it and then get back to what the studio is saying as far as the game is concerned. But for now, it's me and you looking at the lineup. Actually, having great people. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Nevertheless Commentaries. I'm your host, Simple Love Sports, your favorite Unk on the net. Okay, tonight we are watching South Africa. I am cheering for my country live. It's the first game of the last 32. South Africa versus Canada. Canada is one of the host national teams in North America. They both went through to the last 16. So South Africa is hosting Canada, LA in the United States of America. That's the west part of the United States of America. Now, quickly going through the lineup. Number one, I need to recommend the coach here. He's playing the formation that we recognize. It's one of those formations that, you know, when we're playing this kind of a formation, we are going to give it our all. It's the match that you know that we are going to give our all. Looking at the formation alone, 1-4-2-3-1, I think that's our style of play. As South Africans, particularly, this comes from a club level. As you may know that the majority of the players who Bafana Bafana are composed of female Sundowns and the Orlando Pirates. So they all play 1-4-2-3-1, and also the selection tonight is 1-4-2-3-1. Number one goalkeeper, our captain Ronan Williams, I think it's a good choice. And the back four corner, I think it's also a good choice. We got two youngest central pairing with Umbogazi and Ime Okon. Young two center backs, 20 and 21 years of age. I think they are youngest pairing in the World Cup right now. I'm not sure. You can verify that. But we have Sailor on the right hand and also Modiba. So we know that it's going to take Lamine Yamal maybe a Neymar to actually go past Mutau because he's very, very good. Very, very good. His recovery is excellent. I think his positioning as well, and also when he games demands him to run down the line and actually overlap or underlap, I think he brings his A game. So with Utabo Mkwena there in the middle, I think we'll do a really, really good cover for him. And then when he comes back as a number 8. Then Ustole will sit in there as a number 6 because he's playing with Utabo Mkwena as double pivot. Then Motiba on the other end, we know Motiba what he can do. I mean, Umotiba, you can't really say he's a full back. You can say maybe he is a wing back because of the style of play and what he brings into the game. So with double pivot, we got Goromkwen and Ostole, and I believe that Ostole will be sitting and actually making sure that he shielded defense. And I think a link-up play from a build-up phase into the progressive line will be done by Utebo Mkwena. But also there's going to be a lot of work covering for them full back. From Ime Okon covering for Mutau and also Mbogazi covering for Modiba. And Ustolo will be called to actually play as a centre back, as a number 6. And then I think, as I've said, his role as a number 8 to actually link up the play is going to be very, very demanded. in that sense. Then we have the front four. On wing plays, we have Tapelo Maseko, very, very good in taking my defenders on one-on-one. I think Laria is going to have a serious problem. I think that will actually cause Mila to actually drag back and actually double up on Maseko, the way Umaseko playing. And then good number 10, thank you for the subscription, Noah Redley. What's good? Number 10, we got Turele, the president, number 2000, the last born himself, the ever creative youngster from South Africa, an Orlando Pirates player who is very, very good, who can influence the game with his $1 million passes, his skills and everything. And then on the other end, we have Ozonapolis, and I also think he brings the same thing that, almost the same thing that Mofokeng does, because he can also tuck and invert as a semi-10. It actually allow Rele to go up front and play next to Makgopa, who is our front man. Up front, I think he presents Makgopa and his aggression will actually cause Cornelius Lupambito to actually focus on him. And when they both focus on him, that will actually create a space for Rele, because Rele truly loves Mofokeng. He truly loves to run in between the lines, in those spaces between the lines. He truly likes to actually sneak into those spaces and actually receive the ball and make those very decisive passes. And I think Salaiba Eustaquio will be actually dragged back to actually try and track him, because if they do not track him, it is going to be a problem for Canada. And when they track him, they open up a space in the middle, which Police, when he actually invert, can exploit and allow Modiba to run down the line, and also Tebogo Mokoena coming in with those ranges. I'm seeing us winning this game, and also on the bench you still have a number of good players. I think anybody can come in. You're looking at Jaden Adams, who also is a central defensive midfielder, simple chain, the number one goalkeeper currently in South Africa. If you look in terms of people, he should be at 21 clean sheets out of 30 games. He got 22 clean sheets out of 30 games. So he only considered in 8 matches. I think he holds the records right now in South Africa for having a number of clean sheets. Who's there? Sindre, what's good? Sindre. Then we have Ukros from Kaizer Chiefs, a left fullback. I think it's very, very incredible. Upreli Cross. Should we have a problem with Modiba, I think he's one of the players that can be slotted into that position and actually function properly. And also we have Lyle Foster. I think currently with the current squad, he is the number one goal poacher. He has most goals if you look at that squad. And also, of course, is another option for goalkeeping department. Kabini, a fullback also. Makanya, a central midfielder. Umatuludi, should we have a problem with Umuta, Umatuludi is always ready to come in. We have Umbata, who's been very, very magnificent in that center of the park, shielding that defense and also progressing in play. We know that if Mokoena is not there, then Umbata is always there. If we are Astole is not there, Umbata is always there, and also this youngster Jaden Adams. And also you have Kuliso Ndamani, a central back. Also should we have a problem with Umbogazi, because also Ndamani is a left footer. Orena is our striker, also available. Is one of the 3 strikers that we have. And then Spelebele, who is a hybrid type of a player, who can play as a wing player and also play as a fullback. So I think we are very, very well balanced. And then lastly, Upodlela Usbisi is also there, a very, very central and old, calm, strong central midfielder who is a leader, also the captain of Orlando Pirates. And I think whatever may happen in this game, I think we are covered. You like Norway team? Haaland all the way. I love Haaland. Let me tell you, I love Ronaldo, Haaland, Mbappe. And then all the African teams. So if I'm speaking about Haaland, then I love Norway, I love Portugal, I love France, and then all the 9 African teams that are remaining in the World Cup. But also into that mix, Spain. I can't hate Lamine. There's no way Lamine. But currently we are focusing on South Africa versus Canada. Everybody, are you watching the game? with me or what? They actually have checked the lineup. I'm very, very impressed with what the coach did there. So I can't wait to actually watch. Neymar is very, very impressive. I think Neymar is the closest thing we have to Ronaldinho, to Messi, to Diego Maradona, to Ronaldo R9, to who else am I missing? I think Neymar is the caliber of those players. It's just that I don't think Neymar lived up to the standard. He is a very, very talented player, and there are few players who come close to Neymar. Very few who come close to Neymar. If Neymar was, I think it's a problem with the Brazilian, because I think it was the same thing with Ronaldinho. They are so talented that they're just there for fun. That's the difference. If there is a difference between Neymar and currently Messi right now, I think the greatest difference is the commitment, the professionalism. I think that's the only thing. Talent-wise, I think Neymar is equally talented to Messi. And both of them worship Ronaldinho, because I don't think there's a player who's as good as Ronaldinho that I've ever seen playing football in my entire life. I'm 38 years old today, but I've never seen a player that is as good as Ronaldinho. By far. Okay, we have him at the pinnacle. Then Sibeno Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe, Obola Yamin Namal are coming as well. It is a bunch of players. We can do Relemo Fokeng in South Africa. I cannot mention Orele into those best players that we have in the world right now. There's a bunch of them. But Neymar is talented, truly talented, but I think he didn't live up to the expectation, and he didn't actually truly show us what he can do with that talent. He is massively talented. Okay, let's get back to the studio and see what these guys are saying. Why is this thing quiet now?
People, you don't really want to see it, but if he's fit enough to come on.
Yeah, I guess also it was maybe.
Okay, I'll be taking note in this game and also reading yours comments, because I still need to actually do my match analysis after the game is finished. Whether we win or we lose, I'm happy. I'm so happy.
4 changes for the Maple Leafs of Australia, of Canada. So let's take a look at those 4 changes, maybe understand what it is that it means in terms of what Jesse Marsh has done from a coaching perspective. He's had a few injury issues in the squad. Who's changed, Sean?
Well, the key one is going to be in the defense. Bombito coming in for Zurich. That's a surprise. Coming for the youngster. I think David will always be a threat for them, but the combination with him and Olawas, let's see if that will work.
Actually, let me create a pawn here.
William. I mean,
I think when the line is exposed or sort of expansive, I think that's the time to expose the gaps between the lines. Like I said, 2 strikers, very critical. Jonathan David, who we know is a prolific goal scorer, as well as Tony Owensinger in the attack. Plus they've got some wide wingers in the 1-versus-1 capabilities. It's been a tricky matchup here. It's too close to tell.
Really is too close to tell between 2 nations who have never been here before, and in the land of Hollywood and with the movie studios all around us in Los Angeles, South Africa versus Canada is set to be a blockbuster.
thank you, Julia. And as far as Canada is concerned, well, we're hoping that this movie that they have seen before and continue to see, when it comes to competitive matches against African sides, Canada have not won any competitive matches.
I think I have a problem with my camera right now, because
a draw in the Confederations Cup against Cameroon, I think it was, and then in the last World Cup, they lost to Morocco. There was a friendly in the build-up to this World Cup against Tunisia that was 0-0. It's looking good. We'll talk more about that after this.
This is the great greatest spectacle in modern football and title decider, and it feels like nothing can sway a game of this magnitude.
Says who? We've been through this before.
I have no idea what happened to my camera right now.
And everybody knows that 1 minute here lasts forever. Because it's not over until we say it's over.
Meet Justine. She takes Yasmin. She has knee osteoarthritis.
What will be your first time? Clinically proven Piaspadine helps reduce the use of anti-inflammatories, reduces pain and improves movement. Proudly brought to you by the study.
I don't know what happened to my camera. I can't see nothing here. I don't even know if you see anything.
Soccer is belief. Belief that the next pass sticks.
Well, we're in the dark then. If you can't see, I don't know what happens. I'm also in the dark as well.
What people say, but believe this. Bafana made it to the biggest stage. Believe, and they show up.
So let me know, what do you think the score will be?
Welcome back. Let's talk about the key player. Let's talk about who we think will be absolutely vital for the two sides. And guys, while we're in the break, you guys paint Tapelo Maseko.
Well, obviously, besides getting the winning goal in the last game, his influence coming in from that right-hand side, I think it's important. Very similar to Opolis, they like getting the ball to the feet, which create more space for the fullbacks going forward, Mudau and Moriba.
He had the most shots by the Bafana player so far in the tournament. He's got 8 of them, and the one that went on target went in the net.
Yeah, I mean, we created a lot of opportunities this career, and he was the one that was very threatening, especially with his speed. But this is a player that was struggling to play for Women's Soccer just last season. He couldn't make it to struggling with injuries, and it's supposed to be a player that is kind of like saying he's popping out and out to show his players to bring something together.
Let's hear from the coach and his thoughts on the that he was from. Coach Ewan, that's it.
It will be very important because the aggressive team, and I think they will start very fast and trying to push them under pressure from the first minute. So we have to be ready for
When he returns today, how important is it to have a player like him in the starting lineup?
It's important. He's a very important player also for the team, and I was very happy that he was back again.
What do you think will be important to getting a positive result today? How confident are you in the team today?
Well, we're in the dark. Too much darkness.
So victory against South Korea, we got a boost, and we believe that we can win today. The other way, I have to take into account also the opponents, and the opponent is not bad. So if we can use the weaknesses in their team, then we have a chance, and if we can block their qualities, and the qualities are certainly the physical part of the game, but also the speed.
And afterwards, once you're a little bit more settled, we can try to go more expansive football that we know each other.
Okay, you can let us know what you think. Who's going to win the match according to the poll? Then after you have voted, tell us the score.
£45 million worth of striker, and made that move to Juventus, and then with so many goals for Canada as well. 42 goals. Danger. Lots of work to be done at the back to keep him quiet. However, let's get straight into the predictions that Team Africa have made about this first game of the last 32. And that score predictor brought to you by ADI Predict Street. One of 20 smartphones could be yours. So make sure you go online and scan that QR code. Go have a look and see how you can be part of the sport predictor. Africa, I've not seen this. I want to see with you what it is that you've decided. What do you think is likely to happen in this one? It's one of the closer ones I've seen, but not convinced is the continent.
I can't have problems 20 minutes before the game begins. I really can't afford to have that kind of problems. Last time I had the same problem in the games of Mexico. Right when the game was about to begin, I had a problem, and it looks like I'm going to have the same problem again today. It looks like I'm going to have the same problem today. Can't just lose feed. Just can't lose feed. Let me pin this comment here. Tell us who do you think is going to win the match and what is the score? So we've checked the lineup. I'm certain that we are going to win the match. But the football gods actually can have other plans. So, but as far as the thing stands, I believe that we are going to the last 16. I'm praying that we are facing not our brothers, probably our brothers. It would be fun if we are facing our brothers, the Moroccans. It would be fun because last time we played them, with AFCON on 2023, we beat them. We send them home packing, and I'm praying that they also win against Netherlands, and then we both go to the last 16, and we play them. I'm praying that we actually win, and also the Moroccans win, so that we play them on the last 16, and we send them packing like we did on AFCON 2023. I think that would be fun. And another thing that we need to actually emphasize is the fact that Africa actually sent 9 national teams in the World Cup, not 10. So out of 10, 90% of them actually are through to the last 32. I think that deserves a round of applause for Africa. They are showing that they are not into the World Cup just to add numbers, but they are there to truly compete. So that's what I love about what I've seen every World Cup so far. So I know that as far as the local number is concerned, it's only England that have more domestic players than South Africa in the World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. Only last 32. I mean only last 32, not on the entire competition, because we've had the likes of Qatar, the likes of probably also Saudi Arabia. I think they also had a number of local players that they brought into the tournament. But currently we have England, we have South Africa, and then in Africa we have South Africa, then Egypt right after South Africa. So that's how precious the African football has been in recent times. And I think truly these two nations shows the world the identity of the African football and how far Africa has come in terms of the competition when it comes to football. So big up to Egypt, big up to South Africa. I think both these nations represent Africa very, very well. A game will start in next 15 minutes. As I've said it, I'm hoping that we win this one. So in the meantime, you can tell us who do you think is going to win the match and what the score would be. Now, I'm doing so many things at the same time. That's why sometimes I lost my live feed of the match. Probably at a time that I invest in a television. Probably it's the high time for that. It looks like I'm going to have a long night. When my drink poured on my face like that, why does it look like I'm going to have a long night? Not just a long night, the longest night. But even if I do have a longest night, I don't think it will be at the level where when we lost to Mexico the other night. I think that was the longest night I've heard this year so far. Hey, the stadium is packed. The Canadians came in numbers to actually support the national team. And they've painted the stadium on red with a tint of white. It's very, very beautiful. They painted their faces with that beautiful flag of theirs. I don't know if it's a flag that's on their, I don't know if it's a leaf that's on their flag. But yeah, they've painted the stadium red. And there's always Bafana Bafana is going to the stadium singing. So we're always bringing in these vibes. We sing our hearts out because we always happy and we want our space to share the same feeling. Everybody is looking so happy, so ecstatic in that stadium. From young to the old to the middle age, everybody looks very, very happy. Black, white, brown, blue, yellow, orange, purple, all kinds of people are there. You will hear Equator from South Africa because we don't walk into the stadium like nothing happening.
Let's talk about South Africa first. It was a slow start, a difficult one. It always likely to be a tough match against co-host Mexico. Of course, seemingly constantly playing the underdog, and of course.
Are you all watching the game? Are you all watching the game?
With the song and dance as they get off the horses, arrive to every stadium, and that together is a brilliant show with this South African Alabama manager leading them. And they show a serious side to in games, it's staying games, they're difficult to break down, to beat, and they run into the tournament as well. Well, as I mentioned, Canada being swept along by the euphoria of being one of the co-hosts, but stepping outside of their country for the first time today at this World Cup. Of course, high pressure, high expectation as co-hosts, and I think with the squad of players that they've got, of course, such a big miss. Alfonso possession. Produced the best player out of any side away. They were struggling, but let's see what the quality is.
Yo, football brings a joy to many people. And I'm looking at how full the stadium is, and everybody's just joyous. Everybody's lifting up their phone and they're taking videos. They're so happy. They are all brought together by football, by a game of by sport. And that's how powerful sport is. That's how powerful sport is. And I believe that instead of wars and everything, maybe they just engage in sport activities. If we have a beef with America, let them bring their athletes, their boxers, their footballers, their rugby players, everybody that participates in sport activities, and we battle it out on sport. Imagine if the war that was in the Middle East was Israel bringing their best sports personalities, USA and also Iran, instead of bombing innocent children and civilians. It would have been spectacular. Whoever is defeated on athleticism, on sport, then will surrender whatever the case was that they were actually fighting for.
Every member of the squad available today, not just the starting 11, enjoy this walkout to the centre circle.
The change on the Bafana side today is the fact that Tebogo Mokoena is back from suspension, and then he was slotted back into the first lineup, and then Natalie Mbata is on the bench. So Mokoena is playing alongside Ustole. So I think Ustole redeemed himself on the last game. But today we're actually going to see if he truly has gained his confidence back. I can't wait to actually witness that happens tonight. I'm not sure if it's at night already in LA. I believe probably it's 3 afternoon, probably 12 midday, I don't know. But whatever time it is, I believe they are having a blast. Time for national anthems.
For the national anthem of South Africa.
Actually, that sounds kind of good. The Canadian national anthem sounds good. It gives me some Catholic vibes, some Church of England vibes, some, yeah, that's the vibe I get. Church of England vibes, and some Catholic vibes. That's what I'm getting from national anthem of Canada. Okay, in a minute the game begins. Khuluma kuphelile manje, ziyakhala. Bruno Jesus, Luciano Maia, Omar Alali, Mohamed Al Mahadi.
To assistance, Bruno Jesus and Luciano Maia, also from Portugal. Official from the United Arab Emirates, Omar Alali, in charge of the VAR team, Spain's Carlos del Cerro Grande. South Africa will be captained today. Williams, one change. For the last minute, City interim Joseph Mokoena returning from suspension. He replaces Talente Mbata. Second of the starting 11 from just 2 clubs in South Africa. 3 for the current champions Orlando Pirates. 4 with Mamelodi Sundowns. Keep an eye out for 21-year-old Rebecca Huey. Not again, big star of this club, Orlando Pirates. One to watch here. 4 changes for Canada from the 2 over game to Switzerland in the final game.
I don't know all these niggas from Canada. Niggas is everywhere, bro. I ain't seen niggas in Korea, in North Korea. I don't think we have Japanese niggas as well, but every other part of the world there's niggas, bro, everywhere. We are yet to infiltrate the Japanese, the Asians, the Asians, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of black people in the Euro-Asian part. So I'm talking about India, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, that region right there. There's a lot of black people there, but to transcend to China and represent those countries in the World Cup, it has not happened yet.
What we certainly have in front of us today is 2 very athletic sides.
Okay, according to what I'm seeing right now, the build-up says Mukwena is playing more as a 6. And if that's the case, then a player like Kumbata or Jaden Adams should be in that field of play, as a number 8. But I will watch actually how the game progresses. But so far, Tebogo Mokoena is the one who's actually going down and receiving the ball and actually progressive play so far.
Intelligence out possession to really press South Africa, make it difficult for them alongside Jonathan David, who was always going to start. So it was nicely for Liam Miller. So Richie Laria prevents it from getting a left foot cross in. Lee waiting for it. South Africa defend well.
Okay, they are on the front foot currently, and we are playing on our own half.
Liddell in South Africa, the goal kick. Look out for his runs from right back. Wants to get forward. It'll be a very interesting personal duel that with Miller. Just to turn out in the end. It looked like there might have been a forward run for him there. I think also at this stage, of course, there are no second chances. I think fear factor usually plays a part. There's some caution, of course, on every side, I think. There's Miller against Mugao again.
Okay, they are on the front foot right now. That is Canada. They are controlling the game. And South Africa is on their half, defending the goal. And everybody is behind the ball currently. And it looks like Canada is attempting to play on a wing play. But so far it hasn't clicked as they want it to happen. South Africa wins the foul. But right now, Canada is the aggressor, controlling the match. Actually, I wonder if the VAR will check that, but Motiba there did some. A nice switch and a very, very good defense. The awareness of this defense, Johnson, I think it was incredible in this instance.
Johnston, Morea on the other side. Now, closed down by Miller. Somewhat risky defending there by Ocon, but he got away with it.
Oh, walishiyanga ngemuva lo mjini. First shot on target by Mokoena. Good save by goalkeeper Canada. Bogazi almost made a blunder on that one, but he recovered very, very well. But I think we should have actually gotten something off that ball. I think that was a golden opportunity for us to score. But somehow, and then he finally passed to Urele, who find Mkwena, who took a shot, and then goalkeeper saves.
There's the effort for Mokoena. Gets it in bounce in front of the goalkeeper. To make sure he got the cross, with both hands behind it. Goals was scored in the group stage, which practically yesterday with that amazing match between Austria and Algeria. Final moments of that particular game. Out of the competition, England was one of the best 8 third-place teams. As the goal scorer, Italy went on. Obviously, later. Moments. This FIFA World Cup 2026. Well, we know Buchanan's got electric pace. And Imokasi does excellently well to triple that out.
It's very important to have defenders who have a pace, and the fact that Mbogazi is so pacey helps us a lot in defense, because these one-on-ones, he's very, very able and capable to deal with them, because he's got pace, he's powerful, he's strong, and also he's very, very comfortable with the ball on his feet. So I think the pace is very, very important. He's not the tallest player in the field of play, but his strength, I think, make up for that, for his height. Good block. Good block by Masego. That was close for Canada. That was close. Canada right now got a corner kick. It's 9 minutes of the game. 9 minutes of the game. First 2 games South Africa have had conceded a goal by now. First 2 matches that they played against Mexico and also against Czechia, they have conceded within the first 10 minutes. Inside the 10 minutes, I mean to say. But the last game that they played with South Korea, I think they didn't concede the entire 90 minutes. There's no, lot of noise outside. I don't know what's happening.
Absolute belief in both these teams that they can advance So we're in a 16 today. Well, I think you can see with the energy that both teams have out of possession, the turnover is so quick, you have to be extremely organised and concentrated. When the ball maybe not near you, you're ready for that transition.
uyaya ampuri ukuthi aphinde adume ngazo futhi yo.
Losing his footing there, Maseko.
Lucky that man sleeps and fell, otherwise he had actually repeated the same mistake he did against Mexico.
Veteran head coach of South Africa said getting out of the group stage would be like winning the World Cup. Johnson. Good touch. Just a little close ranks there. South Africa.
Actually, our coach has something in his ear. I don't know who is he listening to, but it looked like he is in some kind of communication with somebody, because he has something plugged in his ears, in one of his ears. I'm hoping that he's not getting instructions from somewhere else.
Caution in terms of how you attack, certainly. Just checking each other out. Different systems. Waiting pass from Mbakazi. Off again. Wants to return, gets to return. Off again. In there, bravely. Looks for the pass. Mudiba.
Hey, la bafana man.
See both sides have variety and attacking play. Pace. This is so much part of the modern game, of course.
Next one from Mbogazi. After we've attacked and failed, and that counter was very, 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 very dangerous. And the recovery from Mbogazi was corner kick for Canada. And we've created some chances, and the decision making on the final third is not up to standard yet, but I'm hoping that they fix that as the game progresses. Oh, that wasn't the corner kick. I thought that was a corner kick.
Saliba. Good skill from Oluchi. Picks up an excellent pass. Shows the out.
Hey.
Smartly there, Sintoli. He saw Jonathan David alone in the penalty area. He's going to be sharper, quicker with that first touch. Otherwise, again, South African defenders will be there.
We are caught on 6 and 7 somehow. Mr. Queer.
The latest Canada corner. have the little penalty area. Attempt to defend this Canada corner. The easiest chance for Jonathan David. No, but with how good he is, he will want to do more with that. Did he time the volley? Came off the end of his toe rather than the instep. What a chance I think of him. 42 goals.
Okay, Canada also have gotten a chance to actually score. Unfortunately, David didn't wrap his foot around the ball, and his effort went wide of the goal. Now, these are the chances that when you get in the game of football, you want to use, because when the other team get the same equal chance, they probably use it, and you do not want to look back at the match and you're like, if we had used that opportunity, but you did get that opportunity and actually did not make the most of it. But both teams has actually gotten some chances and haven't made the most of those chances.
Whatever it's been as a coach, Marsh has always preached energy. High pressing. Miller. Johnson. Nicely. Head out from the back from South Africa. Will have to try and back themselves because there'll be those kind of situations numerous occasions.
Okay, we have settled into the game right now. It's 18 minutes in, and it looks like South Africa has settled into the game. The nervousness, I think it has subsided, and now they can actually truly combine those passes. And when they start spraying those passes, and combining those passes, I think show the match. We know you. I have a problem with YouTube. I've been streaming my games before, but the under Malokunjan, what do you call these things? I'm a copyright act. So until I'm a copyright act adlule, then I will be able to actually show my games somehow. But for now, I'm under my copyright act. So before I lose this channel, let me behave a little bit, and then as soon as that passes, then we'll see what happens.
Canada having gone for the full press so far, more than half, with Oluwaseyi, Jonathan David just stepping up, allowing somebody to centre back.
The problem is a copyright strike. So actually, I've ignored those copyright strikes before, and the channel that is 4, and the other 3 were taken down. And that's how I also lost my Facebook account as well. I was so happy in Bowie Game Chiefs, and then I decided to show it, and then boom. I had subscribers on that YouTube channel as well, and those people were paying my subscription fees every month, and all that money went to waste. So kusayiphethe kahle kancane mfowethu kwamanje. Nxa singaxolisa a cool gift malophe mfowethu kuyaxolisa.
For 30 minutes extra time and penalties. Inside our first representative in the round of 16. Miller. Referee was seeking to apply advantage there. Nothing accrued for Danny Ramirez. Jessica Alba. Two at least stars who are turning up the matches here at the Los Angeles Stadium. Contact from the Portuguese referee.
Stelo, that's exactly what abengikusho lapha kumalobe. Indaba yama copyright strike, that's my problem at the moment. This channel demonetized. That's number one. Number two, copyright strikes STV are very, very tricky to deal with them. So I'm waiting for 90 days, which I'll rule, then see from there what goes on. Canada just got a free header inside the box and they wasted another opportunity again. South Africa was ball watching and it's very, very embarrassing. Check it, Lokunjan. Probably they are showing it. Check out Sporty TV. Google Sporty TV on YouTube. I think they are showing the match. Yeah, check Sporty TV. They usually show my matches because they have my right to actually broadcast this World Cup. They are probably showing the match. Lungile Stelo wafuna uyabonga kakhulu mfowethu. That was supposed to be a yellow card. Okay, a hydration break. The score is 0. South Africa 0, Canada. So I think Canada has gotten most beautiful chances to actually score, but they did not capitalize on that. We've had some half chances, but nothing clear. I think Canada does a very, very good job in terms of protecting their goal, and so far they've been actually doing that very, very well. And the score right now is 0. But I think creativity will need to come into play. Nama skills from the South African players inside that 18-yard area, because how Canada protects their goal, they make it very, very hard to find nama spaces in between their defense. So I think skill and actually force them to commit a foul inside their own 18 area probably will be our trump card into getting a penalty and score a goal in this match. Unless Mkwena come no vuvu and just scorch their goalkeeper with the crack of a goal, or Umbogazi or Ozunapolis, because you know they can actually score those crackers. Also Motiba got those.
The next pass sticks, the next run opens space, the next shot finds the net. Who knows yours? We know what people say, but believe this. Bafana made it to the biggest stage.
Okay, it's a hydration period. Let me check the noise outside. Well, there's a fight outside. Apparently, somebody stole some goods and sold them, and they caught him. They tried. There's so much noise outside. Okay, we resume from the hydration break.
Space for Vito. Position so far.
I'm not sure if that field is wet or something, but these players are sleeping all over the place.
Pace and energy they've got, they transition really well, just like Canada do at their best. Cornelius. Vito. Saliba. Quickly closed down.
This game got me so anxious.
Driving force in midfield for South Africa.
Okay, in terms of organizational structure, I think Canada is very, very good. You got to give that to them. And our ball circulation is a little bit slow, maybe. That's what makes them find it easy to quickly run behind the ball and actually shut down all the possible spaces that we might want to use going forward. That might be the factor that our ball circulation is a little bit slow, and that actually buys them some time to actually quickly recover. And the factor that they're actually playing in front of their home crowd probably also plays too much into their psychology to make sure that they give their utmost best. But I believe that South Africa needs to actually adjust a little bit in terms of their circulation progressively.
Weaver, sees his cross chance down. Here's Mokoena. Excellent cross. Just travels through in the air to.
So this was a beautiful ball by Mokoena to inside the box. Unfortunately, it wasn't a pass, it was a cross. And Mahopa couldn't make something out of that. It went straight to the goalkeeper of Canada. I wonder how hot it is there. It's clear that guy doesn't know Umutau. You cannot win a battle with Umutau as a winger. You've got to be too special to actually win that battle. And my brother doesn't look too special. He's a good player, but he will need a magic to actually win that battle. I think Umutawi is one of the players that can actually play anywhere in the world without a problem. And he's proven that over and over again with the Sundowns, whether they were playing with the Premiership, it could be in the CAF Champions League, it could be in FIFA Club World Cup, it could be in AFCON with the Bafana Bafana, and now on the World Cup again, he's still proving that you got to be special to actually get the best of him. You got to possess some kind of magic. Okay, the game has slowed down a little bit. I'm hoping that the technical team is actually seeing that the game has slowed down a very it has become a little bit slow, if not too slow. And I'm hoping the technical team actually sees that to actually make something off of that, because they are in the bench to actually see some of those things. South Africa is playing long balls by passing the middle, playing on a second ball, and we haven't won much of the second ball so far.
South Africa, well, they've been under the radar in recent years.
I think in terms of competition for those first balls by Omar Hope, I think it's incredible.
Johnson, excellent challenge from that boys. Covering the left back really well there.
Actually good defense by Ozuna great cover for his actually that fullback for Mexico, not Mexico, for Canada, who wears the jersey number 2, that guy is good. And that number 17 of theirs also, they are good players, very good players. CC fan page, what's good, bro? What's good? Okay, I think we will go into this one. You could see that the signs of fatigue from the Canada side, and I think it's time now that where we actually inject a little bit of pace. Speaking about injection of the pace, we just lost Ebola on a very dangerous area, and good save by goalkeeper Roland Williams. So I haven't been here in ages. Hey, me too, bro. It's been a minute since that. First corner of the game for South Africa. I think that was a very incredible opportunity at which we did not use. But we've gotten a corner out of it. So the good strike contacted by Canada and good save by Roland Williams. And we got a corner. Let's see if we can make something out of that. A wasted opportunity. Yeah, South Africa should win, bro. They should win. But if we take this game into penalties, I don't see them winning it. But I don't think that should be the case. I believe that we can actually win inside 90 minutes. And at times we are playing too safe. Are you watching the game, CC fan page? Portugal haven't been great recently. Also, their defense on the opening match was horrific. They've been better recently with their defense. Yeah, that's correct. That's very, very correct. And also, Portugal hasn't been at their A game. But I see, if you are watching the game, I think we are growing into it. Maybe if we can actually keep at that, there's something that might come out of that. I thought we have a corner there. Oh, that's good if you're watching it, because e-conversation is on point. Then makes it even more interesting to speak about this match.
Around the 32, lying in wait, the world champions Argentina. What a reward. A tremendous performance. Excellent, around 32 games to look forward to as well. Brazil, Japan stands out, as does Netherlands and Morocco. And that lies in wait for the winners of this. Netherlands and Morocco. Either South Africa.
Who's winning the World Cup? It may be between France and Spain. I think that they are the good side. Portugal has a potential. If you look at their midfielder, I think they have the best midfielder in the World Cup, in the world. But if they can actually use that properly, they might stand a chance. But that will speak in how they actually utilize their weapons. But I think they have the best midfielder that is in the World Cup. Mutiba Matot. Hopefully South Africa, but probably Spain. Yeah, those are the teams that I think they might win the World Cup, between Spain and France. And then right below them, maybe you'd have a Spain, you'd have a Portugal, you'd have a Germany, you'd have a Argentina, maybe Brazil also. Yeah, those five. Actually, I ain't been even taking these notes. I'm so focused on this game. But this number 17 is good. I need to get his name.
Knockout stage of the FIFA World Cup 2026, John Scott. Over aggressive from Mbagati on Oluseyi.
Yeah, because sometimes you can't win the ball. You've done enough there, you've done really well just to take Oluseyi away from goal.
40 minutes in. No goals as yet. But Canada has had the best of chances. They haven't actually capitalized on those chances. I think South Africa 2-1, that's what CC fan page is saying. I don't know if these Canadians has a height advantage or something, but they've been winning all the headers inside our own 18-yard. But again, it's a matter of steering that ball into the correct direction. I think they should have gotten something out of that as well. Okay, let's hope Sisifet Page, that will be the score. Actually, we'll see how it turns out, how it pans out.
To really see that genuine bit of quality in the game. Plenty of endeavour, plenty of energy on both sides, but lack of quality and a bit of bravery, I think, in these high pressurised games.
Just feel there's threat for both teams from the wide areas. Miller trying to provide that now. Johnson. Seen more of Miller than we have of Buchanan. Two wingers for Canada today. Miller's pass.
That was close.
Well, it was a right back Alistair Johnson on the end of that. It very nearly worked out.
That was very close.
Wandering fullback Alistair Johnson there. Corner Canada. He's got himself involved, didn't he? Johnston did the right thing. Not really the movement was required there from the two forward players. Stakio with the corner.
It's too much corners. So that's why you're conceding here.
In the city with LAFC.
Said Wales didn't make it to the World Cup. Hey, bro, I wished they were here. I mean, they were there. Yo! I don't know how we survived that one.
Outstanding in there, the block, and then brilliant brave goalkeeping. When Williams taking it in the stomach. Mudiba, brilliant. On the line. Bravery everywhere from the South Africans.
Bombito, the man denied by Mudiba.
Yo, that was very close. my flu actually is responding to it too. Got the flu same time.
So far, Cornelius. Space now for Laria. Miller ahead of him. Here is Liam Miller, promoted to the English Premier League last season with his club Hull City. Canada asking the question of the Portuguese referee, João Pinheiro, but it looked a lazy waft of the leg to the South African defender. When the radar went down, Canada
Hey, we'll see. Maybe it's a pen, bro.
VAR check. We've seen pretty confused. Pinheiro, the referee, stepped across. There. Or he is looking to cross, of course he is. It's just whether it's teams or the actually come to Correa as he swings his leg around. Without, I think the referee's got this absolutely spot on. It wasn't really
Yeah, he didn't touch the ball, bro.
in between Rodez. Naturally,
Brad,
in my opinion,
I don't know what the rule is when when it comes to that. But I think it's step Mudau in this case. Hey, let's wait and see.
Carlos Tensoro Grande of Spain in charge of VAR here in LA today. Still in the ear of the Portuguese referee, João Pinheiro. And it appears now the check is over.
But he landed on the ground first, and then the kick happened after. I think the contact happened after.
Saliba. Time to go back to Williams.
Yeah, he didn't touch the ball at all, but I think because he landed first on the ground and then the contact happened, maybe he was taken as if he was already in front of the attack. I don't know.
It was 20 degrees centigrade kickoff time. Gone up by 3 or 4 degrees.
Yeah, I would say that they got away with it.
Shooting opportunity itself, what's in the traffic. Madua gets the free kick.
Okay, let's see what happens in the second half.
Madua who took the knock. The referee's whistle was in his favour.
Let's see what happened in the second half.
It's a minimum of 3 additional minutes added on, and that time is now
But I believe we actually managed to absorb the pressure. I think we managed very well to absorb the pressure. And now it's about to take that game to them on the second half.
It's an easy save for Ron Williams. South Africa had their moments too in and around the Canadian goal, but Beppo has not had a difficult save to make thus far. Two pretty evenly matched sides in the first round of 32 at the FIFA World Cup 2026. 0-0 at the break.
Got to go, I'll be back. Okay, see you in the second half, bro. See you in the second half. Okay, I think the game was very, very beautiful so far. There were so many scary moments where Canada could have scored a goal or two, but somehow they did not actually took their chances. And also there's that controversial moment on the 44th minute where Mudau and that contact that happened inside the box. That's a controversial moment, whether it was a pen or not. I don't know what the rules of the game says regarding that type of a contact of a contact, but I think the experts on television will tell us what are the rules of the game saying as far as that is concerned. South Africa has created half chances, but it's nothing to actually commend. And I believe that as far as the absorption of the pressure is concerned, they did well to that. But I think we need a player that will help us play more of a front foot in the middle of the park. And I think Utale Dembata will actually do well in that aspect. Probably we take down Uyaya and introduce Umbata around the 60th minute. And also later on, when we've controlled the middle of the park and actually play on the front foot, I think we'll introduce a speedy winger, either Osibelebele or Moremi, to actually help us exploit that space that is behind the defense in Canada, because there's a space they are playing on a bit of a high line, and so far we haven't actually challenged them as far as this is concerned. So that's my 2 cents to this match so far. It's cold. It's winter in South Africa. It's very, very cold.
Yeah, I think Bafana got out of the blocks well. This was a good way to try and test the goalkeeper. I think it was a good question asked, good save. I would just like the striker to follow up. This is a goal, if you can smell it, you see the goalkeeper's 100% comfortable, and early on you want to keep the pressure on him. But this was a good start. So.
Promising start. However, since then it's gone relatively quiet in terms of causing problems for Klepa in goal.
Yeah, but those are also easy opportunities. If you follow up, you could have had attacking. We're all watching Mukena taking the shot, and nobody's actually running towards the goalkeeper to go for the second ball. So, yeah, we haven't had many opportunities, but we're getting there.
Why are Canada so successful when it comes to the set pieces?
I think they position themselves very, very well. They attack it very well. And for South Africa as well, we are able to follow the runner. We look at here, they always find a 3 minutes at the bottom, something that we could really correct, especially in the second round.
That was there, Jonathan David with the volley, and essentially alone. Skipper, you were mentioning size being something that Canada have as an advantage when it comes to set pieces.
Yeah, I think size is so important, but the second part is the actual physicality. You can't sometimes not be dominated by someone just because they're bigger than you or taller than you. Here, what I don't really like on the line is that they're dropping at different times. So you see early that the first person in line with the post is dropping earlier, which means he's playing everyone else on, and a free header. It's also hard for Williams to come out here because he doesn't know if his defender's going to get there ahead of him, but this kind of opportunity for Canada is going to be the thing that's going to make the difference.
Cornelius with a free header on that occasion, and the danger didn't end there because Obi Madiba was then needed for this set. Canada were able to cause pressure with another corner kick. Bombito and Buchanan on the line.
Yeah, the Canadian players, they're running into the space that they want to attack. They're not finding themselves there when the ball is arriving, and I think that makes it a lot more dangerous for the South African players to actually mark them, because they're attacking the space, knowing where the ball is going. As you can see, getting a great jump ahead of our defenders as well. And Madiba and Williams had to really be on their toes there.
As we take a look at this last opportunity, Dick, I need to speak to you about this. Ime Ocon is the player who has got the most touches for Bafana in that first half. And you're upset by that. That doesn't make you happy.
No, it doesn't, really, because if he has so many touches, which means he can't find a space in between the midfielders to see the ball. It's just him, Mugazi, and Williams that are playing the ball, rotating the ball. And whenever we do have an opportunity to play the ball a little bit forward, it'll be quicker because we allow them to reform, and once it becomes that, it becomes very difficult. So I think we need to play the ball a little bit quicker forward. It's something to find the relays there.
What do the numbers tell us in the first 45 minutes? Let's take a quick look at that and also assess what it is that can be done in the second half for both of the sides. Bafana shading the possession, And ordinarily, go, oh wow, we're doing well.
Where is the possession being held? Like Teko just said, that's mostly the defensive third. That's why we've only had one attempt on target. We need to be, more penetrating into the vertical to the attacking third. That's really more dangerous.
Canada sitting on the bench, still wondering to see if we will see someone like Davies come on with his pace. And you were talking about another danger and skipper that you feel could make the difference for Canada.
Yeah, Promise David, I think he came on last game, first touch, goal. They've got that kind of physicality also to put in the front line. I think if we see how they're now dominating with the set pieces, it could be an addition for them that can make it a little more difficult.
Who does Coach Hugo have? If he wants to turn things around, turn that possession into something a little bit more positive.
I think it's just basically how they rotate the ball, because the ball players in the team, they're not getting the ball because the balls are not coming to them. We haven't seen really seen up in this as well. So we need to rotate the ball even quicker for us to actually use something.
If you want to utilize speed, you've got to be behind.
Yeah.
1 or 2 times we play the ball into Maseko, and then there's nobody in the box, so we need players to catch up to.
The assist for Maseko to score was Moreni in the previous game.
That's a possibility as well. More speed. I always say, and I've said it really more. For me, it's one of the most difficult things to defend. It's speed. So you drop your shoulder and you go behind, you play the ball in. Defender takes a bit of time to recover.
So 45 minutes gone, 0-0 the score line. Will we see extra time? Will we see penalties? Can it be a final, please? We'll be back after this.
We are deep into stoppage time. Oh, they must be careful here. Hang on, they are checking it. It's going to be in the hands of the VAR. Everything is possible to feel.
Yeah, to be honest, I believe that probably we need a player like Umbata in the middle of the park to actually help us in a progression of play, because I think we struggle a lot in terms of a progression of play. We are playing too many passes backwards. We are playing very, very safe. And it's good to play safe, but only if you are winning. We are not winning, and we do not want to find ourselves chasing the game, and these guys have scored. And they've came too close a number of times to actually score a goal. They've been used as opportunities, and some of the saves were from the line by the defense. They've actually almost gotten a goal from the set piece. Number one, you deal with those set pieces better. Number two, when you do have the ball, you need to actually find a way to have a player that will help in progression of your play. And as I've said, that we've been playing too safe so far. Probably Mbata will actually make a difference in that middle of the park. That's the first change I would make as a coach. But I don't know what Hugo Bruce, Helman and Kelly what are they seeing in that midfielder as far as the game is concerned. But I think with the Comodis touched on what I've said, that a game is a little bit slow in terms of free ball circulation, which gives Canada a time to actually recover and regroup, which then denies us space to actually play those penetrative passes to actually get something out of this game. And we've done that a couple of times, but recovery was very, very excellent, which saw us left without any options in terms of actually getting inside the final third and particularly into their goal. So we find ourselves all the time forced to play backward passes. And I don't think that will win us a game. So we will see if Hugo Bruce sees what we see. But I think it's in the middle pairing here to the devil pivot. I think we need someone who can actually take a game forward, because it looks like both Uyaya and Otevza are not going forward. They are playing as a 6, which is good, but introduction Gambata will actually give us something, because he will play as a little bit of an 8. and he can cover a distance because he's very, very athletic. His athleticism, I think, is on a right level to actually contest for any type of a game. But so far, so good. So far, so good. But we need to actually get these guys worrying about what we actually bring into the game, because so far it looks like we are the ones who are worried about what they are bringing into the game. And as far as by passing in midfield and playing these long passes that you've been playing, using Ronald Williams or either Umbelezeli Mbogazi, then they haven't been working very, very well, because even if Umahopa contests for the first ball, but they are always the first on the second ball. So that's why I'm saying we need Umbata, who will actually want to join into that attack to actually help in contesting for that second ball. And that will actually take off a load from our defense, because we will be then now taking a game to Canada. And the only way we're actually going to get something out of this game is when we take the game to them, rather than waiting for them to actually come to us. Because in terms of a transitional game, nothing so far that has been picked up as far as the transitional game is concerned. I would have said they're trying to play transitional football, but even to that, you do need that number 8, who will also serves as a bridge to cross over from the defense into the attacking 4. Oh, as I was saying, Talent Nambata is coming on. That means I see exactly what the coach has been saying. I'm hoping that that's what is going to happen from now on, going into the last minutes of the game. Thank you for Coach Hugo Bruce for actually identifying that problem, that in terms of progressing the play, yet we were a little bit sluggish and slow. And I believe that Umbata will actually give us something as far as that is concerned. Let's get back to it.
I understand will be keeping the 11 that they started with. Potter was the only player that reached his place from the final group game. The win against Korea Republic. Return from suspension for Wayne. Key part of this man's challenge to take this historic run. Hugo Ross to see each other in the first 16 matchup against either the Netherlands or Morocco. Canada, as we said, didn't have the better opportunities in that first half. Maybe it's close to each other and should have done better with.
It looks like he's taking out Urele and bringing Umbata, because I don't see Urele on that field of play. That means he's going for defense.
Looking like that, what a magnificent sight. So the official now for Umbata. Plays for Orlando Pirates, the current South African champions. See too much of the highly talented 21-year-old Mofokeng in that first half.
It looks like the coach is scared. Okay, let's see how the game actually goes. Because it looks like there's no more 4-2-3-1, but a 4-3-3.
Be a word that you could apply to that first half.
Oh, he's playing with a double number 8 with Umbata and Utebo Khomkwen.
Taken really, with a few chances created. So Leffiger really yet to work. Maxime Crepeau in the Canada goal. There's Mandua. Well, you just wonder, don't you, whether there was a slight injury at Motherwell, because it was such a good first half performance from South Africa. Didn't give away too many chances. And Mate given an opportunity, maybe with a slight injury from Motherwell.
Here's Johnston. Just about kept that in, cracks it down, and Miller. Way wide of the target.
I thought that ball went out of play.
Actually kept that ball in.
Yeah, it was out of play.
Would have been looked at like it may well have done, but still. Miller wasn't to know. The bounce towards him. Awkward technique to use. Didn't do very well.
Pressure here, there's no back pass to goalkeeper Williams there. Miller. Without. Good pass. Maseko. The space in midfield now for Saliba. Energetic first half. That's a foul by David.
I think with that change, there has been a slight shift in the formation for South Africa. Only slightly. Motherwell was playing as a
Somebody just dropped his phone on the stands.
I've gone with Sitole sitting to midfield as more advanced. We want a little bit more support to Magopa.
Maseko. The kick goes the way of South Africa. Canada creating history along with South Africa and knockout stage of the World Cup for the first time. 4 points for the Canadians to get here today in the round of 32 as the fewest white home nation to qualify for the World Cup group stage since the USA who also got through with 4 points in 1994. South Africa got 4 points for the third time in the World Cup. This time they progressed. South Africa injury here, she's delaying the Canada throw. So one for Mokoena.
Just a slight fall through on the foot, wasn't there? But as we've seen in this tournament, the referee asking the player, does he want to go off and then have to wait for a minute? And he doesn't. So the game can continue.
It's a very good addition to the game, that. Number of tweaks to the rules to prevent time wasting, speed the game up. Canada looking to profit from the long throw.
Laria to Miller. Saliba. Johnston. Mr. Johnston will look the Celtic defender for another long throw here. But every minute in Qatar 2022, the throw-in taker. O'Shea able to direct his header into a troublesome area for South Africa. Nothing to do here for Laria. He puts his head in there first. And the referee has penalised South Africa.
Yeah, Mata, it was just raising his foot, trying to get a touch, Laria with the header away. Fallen into a similar pattern, hasn't it, to the first half on both sides. I don't think really, at the moment anyway, are willing to really risk too much, risk that extra player getting forwards to make those overloads needed to cause problems defensively for the other side. Plenty of substitutions as well, what can make a big difference as we go into the latter stage of the game.
Yeah, and the timing of those substitutions could well be key today in this round 32 match. Both sides have had a good look at one another in terms of plan A. Let's see if either have got a plan B to find the breakthrough. Against Richie Laria. Compacted fullback.
You just can't go through the back of a player to get the ball, even if you do get a touch.
Ocon.
Ooh. I'm down.
The yellow card, first of the game for Saliba. Yellow cards, incidentally, were taken away after the group stage. That was impish from Mudau.
Would you get an extra prize if you get two in a row? I mean, that wasn't really, was it?
You should have. Absolutely deserving of an extra prize. Confirmation of Nathan Saliba's yellow. Midfielder from Anderlecht. At almost 10 minutes of the second half. There's been no attempt on either goal since the start.
Okay, so far the introduction of Umbata and the change of formation into 4-3 has brought somewhat a bit of stability, and also there's a slight balance in terms of our game. It's just that we haven't able to actually progress to play to the final third. I think that's the problem that you've heard in the first half, and we haven't rectified as well. But it's like they're hearing me what I'm saying. Too much, but
Play up wide left for South Africa. Good clean hands from Grimbo.
Half an opportunity opened up for South Africa, didn't it? With that delightful football that they played, just cut through midfield.
Again, that final ball just wasn't there. And that's what's been missing for both teams thus far. Maseko taking too long to pull his pass away, and it's a free kick here to Canada. The president
What's wrong with this nigga?
watches on, and we wonder whether this is going to be a first goalless draw for both these nations at the World Cup. And we're just falling on the heel here of Maseko and caught there. Maseko.
I thought there was a 50-50 ball.
He's going to make a couple of substitutions. We're going to see the departure of Moise Borbito and Nathan Saliba, who picked up that yellow card a few months ago. Players are going to arrive for Canada off the bench are going to be Luke Bafouchero and Nico Sigura. Well, expected fans of both Canada and South Africa that we might get a breakthrough. They're finding their own entertainment at the moment. Still come the changes. Young defender Luke Bafouchero, born in England.
They did not make the pro and then he was substituted.
Saliba off. As I mentioned, Borbito too. And the other arrival is Nico Sigura, plays in Croatia with Hajduk Split. So he played 16 minutes so far at this World Cup. Sigura. Well, not exactly the attacking changes that maybe we would have thought of at this stage. Borbito, I think, probably had around 60 minutes and come back from injury. And of course, that yellow card for Saliba, taking no chances. Cornelius. Space to turn into for O'Shea. Jonathan David. Miller. When the ball touched the referee there, immediately signals João Pinheiro.
What the hell the guy is doing?
Really could do to did his best to try and get out of the way of this. Cornelius, obviously incensed, but maybe the deflection from the referee helped him get the ball anyway. Does have the look of a match where the first goal could be so important. Defences largely been on top. Well, rather frustrated with Williams again, but takes the opportunity to slow the game down a number of times today. Miller. Madiba. Well-timed challenge by the Figueroa. Nagopa, the target of the long ball from Williams. Madiba. Bogazzi. Vidal. So very kindly for South Africa. Shot on. And another direction from the right foot shot from Applevis. Oh, I hope you got that, didn't it? He used the run to cut inside. Struck it well. Grippo really did leave it. Was convinced that it was a long way wide. Wasn't that far. Did just bend away though. Applevis with his strike.
A record of a goal every 3 games for South Africa. Also in Applevis. South Africa will be looking to up that tally of attempts on target.
Offside.
Space in midfield here now for Canada. Buchanan the target for the pass. Quick though he is, couldn't get there. But he has earned his side a throw.
Mbakasi again with the pace to cover, reading the game well. The centre back, even the pace of Buchanan wasn't enough there.
Another Alistair Johnston long throw here for the Canadians. South Africa have defended those long throws comfortably so far. A reminder, 30 minutes extra time, penalties if needed to decide our first side through to the round of 32 at the World Cup 2026. Standalone game today. Couple of great games tomorrow. Brazil, Japan, Netherlands, Morocco on paper at least. Now Canada coming, find a route to go now! That's going to come, surely not brilliant defending!
Oh!
Absolutely outstanding defending from Mbogazzi. Canada denied.
Just fantastic, the desire to keep the ball out of your net. Great ball through. Although I say he, with the chance, brilliant save by Williams and then Mbogazzi. Unbelievable. That save was stunning from Williams. And then the defender just wanted it and had to still steer it away from goal. Did so excellently.
Estacchio will take the Canada.
That was too close.
Well, Rashid denied it was a really good save, as you said, from Ronwen Williams. And then tremendous defending.
And the referee's view just showing how fantastic, first of all, the save was from Williams. And then the clearance from Mbogazzi.
And that's why Mbogazzi is so highly rated.
A 20-year-old plays in the United States with Chicago Fire. With all the meaningful chances have fallen the way of Canada here today, it will remain goalless in Los Angeles. Might be an offside there. It's Buchanan, but Frank staying down at least for now. And it's going to be a booking for substitute Sigur. We'll reach the second half hydration break.
Your big moment deserves big storage in a sleek, stunning device. Get the Samsung Galaxy A17 for just $219 combined. Plus, get 20 gigs free bonus data and a free 500 Rand accessory voucher to power your day. Call 10213, click.com.co.za, download the MyTalkom app, or go to any Telkom shop.
KFC's chili chili burger, facing off with KFC's Prego. Chili is creamy, the Prego is spicy, tangy, fiery, zesty, punchy. Ah! They both look so good! It's KFC's chili versus KFC's Prego fully loaded box. Pick your side for $99.90.
We do sports and games. How long did you keep this up? This is why you can't wear green in front of the screen. What do you mean you burnt your finger? It's like the players are waiting here. Not here, she's just practicing. Of course we value you. Guys like you are hard to find. He's not gay.
Play with SA's leading online casino. World Sports Betting. We bring the passion, you bring the play.
Inside a Discovery Bank card, you'll find Discovery Miles, the reward currency that gets you gadgets and gear, coffee and couches, revamping, relaxing, gaming and streaming. Miles are more valuable than cash, saving you up to 30% on the things you want and the things you need. Earning miles is easy, spending them is a joy, because it's a Discovery Bank card and the rewards are in.
Okay, last 22 minutes of the game plus the injury time, that would be at least last 26 minutes of the match. The game might probably go to extra time and to penalties. Now if it does that, then it will take a lot from these players. And I am looking at the Canada is exhausting all the options now, and if the game goes to the extra time and also to the penalties, it's going to cost them, because everybody will be fatigued at the same time.
Scored after just 72 seconds off the substitutes bench against Switzerland in the group stage.
A different profile of players, Lee, to Anwar Shehi, who added a bit of height from set plays that could become crucial now as we get towards the latter stages of the game.
Two Davids up front now for Canada, Promise and Jonathan. Jonathan David only had 4 touches on the ball in the second half. Moseko free kick and did exactly that. Moseko has to tread carefully, the substitute on that yellow card for Canada. One more now at the Los Angeles Stadium. Don't get high humidity on the west coast.
Akoda Mkwena, Nkosi yami, Rembula.
If we go through to 30 minutes extra time, both these sides would have played in much more trying conditions than this. Hugo Broos, who was part of the Belgian squad that finished fourth in the World Cup in 1986, former centre-back. And just been truncated by a number of stoppages for free kicks.
Mr. Segura it was who just couldn't get there quick enough.
Canadian strikers looking to press the goalkeeper. Of course, Roland Williams is just trying to tease them. Try and find a pass between the lines, but it hasn't really worked, this tactic so far for South Africa. And that's just testing the footwork of the South Africa captain. Passes the test on Bata. Good forward pass, space, and lots of it on the South Africa left. We've got an overload, perhaps.
Hi, man. Oh.
Down is decent. Canada struggling to fill the gaps. No introduction for Krekwo as Canada prepared to make another change.
But the early chance, wasn't it? The left foot. Madiba needed to be better across when it was headed back down. You're going away from goal. Sitore towards with the effort in the end.
Has gone off. And there's a nasty ACL problem earlier in the year, and he's recently been troubled by a hamstring problem as well. Will his introduction now be the catalyst to Canada getting over the line? We all know the quality Alfonso Davies.
Okay, the introduction of Mbata has helped a lot in breaking down the play.
Of course they will have missed him. Can he make the difference? We know he's got the quality to, that's for sure.
A lot of his career as a left back, but he's going to play higher than that with Laria operating in that defensive back four. So Davies will be looking good for him to play further up the pitch. And here he is in possession. It's a good early pass as well. Just a risk away. Arrived nicely for Thomas David.
Well, he did the setback from Jonathan David into his path to strike towards the corner. Williams had it covered. It was a list of strikes. It was always just curling away. Could have relented to Schaffelberg as well to his right, but Alfonso Davies already having an influence. Great ball in towards Jonathan David.
He The attendance just being announced here at the Los Angeles Stadium. Not far short of 70,000 again. Interesting call from Jesse Marsh to bring Promise David on ahead of Kyle Larin. David less experienced. Davis. Canada's XG actually more than that of their opponents, as they have had the meaningful chances. Johnston needs to be careful and was. Played every minute so far in the World Cup, Alistair Johnston. Cornelius. Davis, hungry for the ball. Specchio. Alfonso Davies.
Beautiful save by Aaron Williams. That was. Okay, Alfonso Davies brought in different kind of energy into the field of play.
Wonderful left foot, but just feinting to go to his left, cutting in on his right, playing in towards Jonathan David.
He brought a different dynamic into this game, and there's so much energy going forward for Canada. And his touch is up.
Mentally tougher. We're going to need to see out these minutes. Canada are on top. The winners of this round of 32 match are the winners of tomorrow's game between the Netherlands and Morocco. That will be in Houston on July 4th, America's 250th birthday. Davis. Canada trying to keep the tempo high now and realise that they have got the South Africans on the back foot. Johnston. De Figueroa. Offering the width again is the Canada captain, Alfonso Davies. No surprise, he's the go-to man. Ball clearance from South Africa.
Because we are under siege, we need a player like a Moremi and a Sebelebele.
Just got to keep this pressure, momentum, really test.
And then as soon as we get that ball and then we pass those players,
South Africa players defensively.
I think that's their athleticism will actually what might win us this game. Because right now we are under under siege. These guys are over us.
Just needs some possession here, South Africa. On his side, a useful free kick.
So we need an outlet up front, a pacey.
Yeah, just tried to use pace to beat Williams at his near post. High into that near post top corner. Just wasn't quite high enough. Again, excellent positioning from the goalkeeper. Johnston's pass could be a really good one. Just lacking an extra attacker there. Thomas David was just waiting for Jonathan David to arrive, and the chance for the opening was gone.
Bro is not even watching the game. He's just he's just singing his lungs out, and that could be a bottom seal for you. Shout out to Bottom Seal, Babu Bottom Seal. He's always on the games every day, every time. When there's a game, he's always there, bringing a lot of energy.
This is where you've got to deal with the emotions of a World Cup from South Africa's perspective. And not seeing a great deal of the ball in the last 10 minutes. All the way through for Canada this time. Moseko. Now they can get out. Not for long. Davies. Good defending from Mudau.
Well, I've said that if you want to bypass Mudau, you need to be special. And Davies has actually felt that. Alfonso Davies has felt that.
Evidence Magopa is going to be taken off shortly by Hugo Broos. Ikram Reyners is going to be his replacement. Lewis Magopa. Apolis. And they'll go from there. Not sure it was on target, but Pepo took no chances. Apolis again. Getting onto his right foot, striking from distance. Pepo again handled well. Canada finding gaps again. Away by Mudau. Leon says the referee, no contact on Mudau by Cornelius. Canada sensing that a goal is just around the corner for them. Davies. All the way through for the Canada captain there. Next stoppage in play will be a double substitution for South Africa. Portuguese referee gives the South Africans the free kick. Carries the ball well, Ambolis, an important role he's got right now. So Reyners, and a little bit Moremi. That'll be the players on. Stefan Moremi, striker, so too is Ikram Reyners. Off goes Magopa. He's run his heart out. On that front line, would like to more service obviously. But a honest performance from him. Little player making way as Moseko. Current attacking changes, fresh legs, top end of the pitch for South Africa.
Well, for all the substitutions, it's your opportunity, isn't it, to be the hero of your nation. Good defending. Really good. And it's that player again, Mbogasi. I talked earlier about his reading of the game. He's got a lot, hasn't he? He's athletic, quick. That reading of the game for one so young. What a brilliant player he is.
Really caught the eye, hasn't he? Mbogasi. He's needed to as well. Left on his own to defend. Read the situation, used his pace as well.
3 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Could be heavy on the first match of the knockout stage of the FIFA World Cup 2026 for extra time. Unless there's a moment's inspiration or perhaps an error that decides it. Here's Alphonso Davies. And one of his better crosses, and South Africa can get out here and get into your midfield for a moment, Canada. Ocon and Mbogasi. Maybe a throw to Canada, will it? No, very well kept in by Modiba. No real sign of adventure from South Africa. Are they going to settle for extra time? It would appear so. Police might have other ideas. Just for a moment, the Figueroa was he reacted very quickly. South Africa looking to come again, but they're denied by the referee's whistle.
Well, at this level, your touch has to be pretty perfect. And it's just off by Raiders. And it allowed Figueroa's opportunity to step in. Fine margins.
Well, he's seen it all. Hugo Broos. I might see more of this World Cup with South Africa after tonight. That great line, I'll repeat again before the World Cup. If we get out of the group stage, it will be like winning the World Cup for South Africa. Will it be they or Canada to take the next step?
The crowd is very angry when we rest, when you actually kill the momentum of the game by playing the goalkeeper.
Occasionally, they haven't really done so. And Williams has had that cheap possession at the back.
Well, to me, it seems that Canada are worried that if they do go and press, they get played through the pace South Africa have on the break.
Minimum of 5 extra minutes. Jonathan Davis. Davis ahead of him. It's not a good pass, so allowed Rudell to make the interception. Seguro. This is coming nicely. Asaki! Steve Asaki! game was crying out for quality, wasn't it? When this was headed away, he just traps him with his chest down to the ground and then gets right over it.
A beautiful goal by Canada. Beautiful goal. Unfortunately, there's few minutes to the end of the game, so coming back of this on this from this one is gonna be very, very hard.
Look what it meant to Jesse Marsh and his team. Now, South Africa, got anything left? There's not much time left. Interception by Johnson. The Canada celebrations are already almost into the fourth of the minimum of 5 extra minutes. He was captain at the start of today. He gave up the armband when Alfonso Davies came on, but leadership role from Estaquio. His first goal for Canada in 2.5 years, and what a time to get it. Seconds, a little more, following the Canadian celebrations to be played. Without. Canada fans really flooding their voices.
I think that was one of the things that I worried about, chasing the game. Unfortunately, you chasing the game with 3 minutes to go, impossible.
Keeping it down. The volley, not easy when there's players on rushing. See what it means to them.
Okay, it's over for us. 94% said South Africa was going to win, and we lost.
We're in the 95th minute now. Johnson struggling to get there for Canada, but helped out importantly in that way back berth. Referee said there's going to be an extra minute to be added on to the initial 5 shown. It's now or never for South Africa. Can they create one big chance? Away by Cornelius. Without putting it across him now. Appolis. Shallow, comfortable defending for Canada. And they may well have done enough. Canada want the referee's full-time whistle. We play on. Last opportunity surely for South Africa. In it will come. Goalkeeper takes all the pressure off the defenders, and that should be enough for Canada. The co-hosts playing outside of their home nation for the first time in this World Cup. After finishing runners-up in Group B, about to eliminate.
Okay, that's how it ends for us. That's how it ends for us in the World Cup.
Jesse Marsh, and for the oldest man to ever be a head coach in a World Cup.
That's how it ends. Congratulations to Canada for beating us with a goal to 0. To be honest, they've had the best of chances in this game. I don't think we truly applied our sides into this match. I don't think we gave it our all in terms of its progression of play and offensively. So hard luck to the boys. We live to fight another day. Congratulations to Canada. We hope they actually. We wish them all the best. Thank you, everybody who's been with us for how many minutes now? Why this thing says 45 minutes? I've been live for the longest time now, and it says 45 minutes. Okay, there's something wrong with that. Probably 2 hours 45 minutes. Okay, thank you, everyone. Cheers. Love you so much.